Hey guys, how's it going? Let me get this party started. Let's see. There we go. Wait for some peeps to show up. Alright. Yeah, got it. Got it. Looking good. What's up, Rob? Hey man, I'm all set to go to GDC. I got my hotel, my flights, we're good. I got my pass. I'll be there. Hey, what's up, Joner? So, I wanted to finish this elf girl from last week. So we'll give it a try. Like Howdy Doody time. It's Howdy Doody time. You guys remember that show? I keep bringing up these old, like 70s shows. Tennessee, hey, how's it going? Who's the drawing by? This is by Joshua Black. This is a good friend of mine that also worked on Disney Infinity. He was one of the concept artists there. And he is still at Avalanche working for Warner Brothers. So, yeah, he drew this awesome elf for me. I think I'm going to make her ears a little bit bigger. So how you guys doing tonight? Hopefully good. Let's pull his ears out. She doesn't have any hair on the back of her head. That's okay because we're not going to render her from there. We're going to cheat a little bit. So, all right. I was going to add some colors. We're going to get her finished up. Might not take me the full 2 hours. Super pale. Let's see. A little more reddish. Yep, doing good. Awesome. Sweet, sweet. I was just telling Rob I'm going to be going to GDC in March. GDC. Game Developers Conference. I'm excited for it. I haven't been in a long time. Hey, what's up? Let's see. What's up, Surfer Jesse? How's it going, man? You must be over on my channel. Because you're not showing up on the Pixelogic Twitch chat. Alright. Just find some skin tones. So my Cintiq's color is weird. Because I have two screens. I have one above right here, and then I have my Cintiq. And on my Cintiq, she looks kind of orangey red, and up on my other monitor, she looks yellow. So what does she look like to you guys? Is she quite yellow? I think she is looking quite yellow. What's up, Blands? Welcome, mister. I'm gonna push it into the red a little bit more, because she's looking yellow. So, there we go. Time to buy a new Cintiq. It's looking orange? Okay. Okay. So is that... I just updated her even more orange, so... Oh, on your phone? A bit jaundiced? Yeah. Jaundiced. Okay. Right on. Because I looked back at... You know, when they say, hey, Shane's going live in 5 minutes or whatever, and it shows a picture of the past stream character, the nerdy looking dude, he was really yellow. I'm like, why is he so yellow? He looks jaundiced for sure. Yeah, she's looking yellow. Okay. Man, I even changed the color and she's still yellow. I don't know what's going on. Hey, what's up, Dave? How you doing, man? How you doing, Raphael? Mortar? Night Shadow? Welcome, everybody. Okay, why yellow? Why yellow? Why yellow? I'm gonna have to adjust this Cintiq. This is a 27-inch, by the way, if you guys are wondering. That somebody asked. Okay, let me shift some of this stuff around. I just want to see if it looks any different from straight on. It still looks more red to me than I have it. That's really strange. Let's see. I'll drop it down. Okay. Hey Dave, are you going to GDC? GDC? She's gonna look way, so she looks way red to me. Let me see it, what it looks like over here. Okay, it's a little better. Jeez. So weird. Christopher Dean, what's up, dude? Man, everybody's here tonight. Christopher, are you going to GDC? At work you have a 24 Cintiq. Ah. And no amount of good color calibration can fix it. It's always real hot in the reds. For sure. What's up, John Jake? Yeah, color calibration. They say that this Cintiq is the best with color, but it's not looking very well right now. It's looking really orange to me. So, I don't know. And on my monitor up here, it looks very yellow. Super yellow. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to get one of those little, but those little calibrators, you know, there's like $1,000. I don't know. Okay, let's get some stuff going here. It looks salmon. Okay, so maybe you're seeing what I'm seeing. What weekend is it? It's the it's March 20th through the 24th up in San Francisco. What's up, Attentive Slug, Thunder Bunny? How you guys doing? Mike Black. Oh, you did. Nice. Very cool, Mike. Let's see. So it's looking. When you say salmon, it reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. It's salmon. It's obviously salmon. It's not pink. Now she's looking pale. Gosh dang it. Get a color. Get it right. Hey, Nice Shadow. If I can add more, yes. I have plans. I have grand plans to do more hair tutorials. I want to do some with like hair helmets, I call them. You know, it's just like a helmet of hair with some lines. That's kind of what I did with Tinkerbell. And then some with some short hair, some for some different types of long hair, different kinds, even some real-time hair with cards. That'd be super cool. Yeah, it's all in the plans. That's all right. Full 80s Technicolor cartoon for sure. Oh, so okay, Mordecai. Yes, the cowboy. I'm going to continue next week. I was debating on working on him this week. I was working on the rifle a little bit because I wanted to try some new stuff. So I will be continuing on him next week. So he'll be back with his dinosaur. I need to get that thing done. So I was wondering, how did you sculpt her hair? You're a student. So if you watched last week's stream, you will see how I did the hair. I actually started with one technique and I changed to a different technique right in the middle of it because what it was looking like I wasn't a fan of. So this hair is actually from a guy named Funky Bunnies. Man, this strand is still bugging me. Hold on a second. I need to kill it. It's not tapering enough. There we go. Okay, I don't know. I need to taper it more. I see things and I just like squirrel. I need to fix them. Okay, so so Funky Bunnies. I'm trying to remember the dude's name. Chris Whitaker, I think. No, I might be wrong. Anyway, so he has this brush. It's called Macon Hair Curves, and it comes with all of these different groups of hair strands. So there's a flat single, flat double. So you can see some of them have 2, some have 3, some have a whole group. Then yeah, they're super awesome. And this is like a tube, so you could use it for a ponytail or something like that. But you'll see that she has no hair in the back, so I can do one really quick. Let's do this flat triple, or maybe this wide cover, because it'll cover it wide. So, and the curve is based off of your brush size. So if your brush size is really small, you'll see that if I draw it like this, these dots are very close together, so it's very dense. And if the brush is larger and I go down the same, you can see how the black and red dots are farther apart. So let's see. I don't know why it's not sticking though. See how it's like being buried in the head? It's being buried clear down there. So, hey, what's up? I said funky bunnies. Yeah, here, let me I moved my pen stand. Let me get you. Okay. Yep, it's Chris Whitaker. I was right. Chris Whitaker. Okay, let me pop that in chat. Okay. So John Jake over on YouTube says, does one go into 3D from 2D or vice versa? I don't understand that question, John. Are you asking if I do drawing, like 2D drawing and stuff like that, and work in 3D? Let me know if that's what you're asking or not. Let's see. this hair, look at this thing. All right. I definitely need to adjust the stroke on this thing. Let's see, lazy mouse. Oh, VDM brushes. Oh yeah, VDM's great. I haven't had the time to really use them yet. There we go. This curve fall off is what I want. I'm just going to reverse it and see what it looks like. Okay. You know, let's see. I don't want it to taper too much. Okay. Now that I have that, let's make it bigger. So to make it bigger, you just make sure you're on the red, not blue. Say when you hover over the curve, it goes blue. Make sure you're in the red, and then you make your brush bigger, and then just tap on that curve again, and it'll make it bigger. I do not want it that big. Here we go. Okay, so it's crazy with these curves because, you know, it's not following the head like I want it to very well. So I just need to get it kind of there, kind of close. Then I'll commit it by tapping on the surface. Then I will kind of move it into place just by hand. It's going to look horrible. Then I can use the snake hook brush to kind of move it around. Let's see. Boom, boom. All right. One day you learn to control. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So this is essentially how I created the hair. Is with Funky Bunny's awesome brush. How'd you connect the head? How did you connect the head to the body after detailing the head? So basically, I have my my earlier streams on. If you go to Pixelogic on YouTube, you can watch them back. This will be part 3 of me making this elf girl, and you can see how I originally blocked her out when I started. And I essentially like to block characters out with large primitive objects, so like spheres and things like that. And I blocked her out with 3 parts. So I made her head and her jaw and her neck, and then I guess 4 parts, her body. Then what I did was I dynameshed them all together. So that's how I connected them together, is using dynamesh. Then I used a Z-remesher to make them lower resolution, and just kind of went from there. Let's see. I just want to make it look like this hair is originating from somewhere. So it's not just laying on her head like a, I don't know what, like a rug. Dude, Night Shadow, don't make me come in there. I'm not speed sculpting it like Danny does. Yes, I'm taking my time on this one. Good things come to those who wait, man. It's not a race. Let's see. I'm just trying to get this flow. Even though I'm not going to see the back of her hair. All right, let's see. Let's get topological going. Isn't that kind of an oxymoron? You're sculpting at a fast as slow speed. How does that make sense? Hey, aloha. How you doing, man? Let's see. Okay, let's get back to doing some more colors on here. Now, I was thinking about, you know, elves are typically blonde, but I was thinking about making her kind of ginger with some green eyes. I really like that combination. So I just wanted to try it and see what happens. See how it looks. Since this is just black and white, it's kind of open to interpretation, you know. So let's see. Kind of a brown red. Let's see. You couldn't find how you did in previous lesson. I've gone through most of the classes. So are you talking about in my course, or are you talking about in, you know, this one here, him? The drow look. Yeah, the pale blue dark elf look. Which, oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Chris is amazing. He's his ice cream girl. So there's a girl that's in an ice cream cone, and she has kind of a swirl on the top of her head. That was one of my favorite pinup sculpts from a long time ago. That's kind of what got me into doing some of the pinup girls, you know, the models. His stuff is fantastic. I love it, love it, love it. Yep. He has a really nice sense of style, really good stuff. And he did a girl in a sweater. I showed it last time. The sweater, the texture on that sweater is just really nice. Very nice. Okay, so I like this color. Blood elf, yep. For the horde. Their hair is really... No, their hair is blonde with red armor, right? With like red tips on the hair. I can't remember. It's been a while. All right. Let's do these eyebrows here. I do like it a darker orange too on those brows. Same with these. And the lashes. I might go maybe even darker with them. Okay. Yours was red? Ah, cool. Okay, let's go like it's been a long time since I played WoW. Long time. All right, man, you guys are chatty. I love it. Let's see. Julio, no problem. Let's see. Really like all your gifts and pics, but put in your course when teach I like the Emperor's New Groove crying in the rain. Oh, thanks. I try to keep them light and funny, you know? Am I still on my Monster Hunter kick? You bet, Rob. I play it all the time, man. You should come play it with me. But I have a problem with that game. Well, the game has a problem with me. The way I play those kind of games, like any game with a character builder, like a game that I can sit and work out the character, and you know, there's like you have to pick all your skills and what your character is good at. Well, I always try and like do some min-maxing and see which character fits me, which one's the best. And like World of Warcraft, I think I made like 50 characters in that game, and I only have one character that's above like level 80, you know, and that took me a long time to get there because I'd keep remaking new characters and new characters. I do that all the time. So my personality is more suited to something like Horizon Zero Dawn, where it's like one character and I get to build out their character, and if I don't like it, I can change it on the way. I love games like that. But like Monster Hunter, it has all these weapons you can choose from, right? So I'm like testing out this weapon, testing out that weapon, doing this, doing that, and just going crazy with all the different weapons. You know, I'm having a blast with it. You know, but I get kind of stuck, and I get in this loop of like, let's try out the next one, let's try out the next one, and it's kind of crazy that way. So anyway, that's the way. Like, oh, you were able to kick it. Oh, you sold yours. Dang it. Well, good for you, man. Okay, why isn't this painting? Is that off? Yes. Why isn't it painting? Come on. Let me try an obviously crappy color and see why. RGB. What's going on? Will this one paint? Oh, what's up? What's up, Cody? The nice thing about Monster Hunter, you don't have to recreate characters. Yes, that's absolutely true. That's why it's like I'm stuck in there, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good thing. I don't have to keep making new characters. I just have to keep making new weapons. But then I spend like the resources on making a new weapon, you know. Dual weapon ultra great swords, nice. Okay, why the crap is this not? So, ooh, that's kind of nice. Look at that. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not letting me paint on here. Paint it. What the crap is going on? No, cleared the mask. RGB is on. What is going on? Let me save this. Nope, Spotlight's turned off. Let's see, Twitch. Let me do Josh Head. I'm just saving this. Yeah, that's why I turned this off. No, you don't actually. You don't have to apply it. The paint will still work. It's double-sided. That's what it looks like. What the crap is going on here? Oh yeah, the bow is a lot of fun. Reset brushes. Yeah, where is that? It's under, is it preferences or under brush? Where is reset brushes? I haven't had to do that very much. In the brush menu? Okay. Let's see. Am I not seeing it? Selection light brush boxes. Oh, down at the bottom. Reset all brushes. Okay. It's doing something. It's going to crash. All right, here we go. Thanks, guys. Hopefully it works. Okay, let's see. Okay, that is making it... Nope. What the crap? Let me try something else. I'm going to try her face. Yep, it's painting on her face. See? But it's not painting on the hair. Why the crap not? Is there a texture on there? Yes, but it's not turned on. But there's an image on there. Texture off. There it is. Bam. All right. Beeping texture. Oh man, how'd you break your character into different subtools like that so you can work on each piece on the fly? So I just built it that way. When I'm creating it, I make different subtools. So it's if this is my custom menu, and you can see right here, group split, split hidden, split to parts. All of those will separate your poly groups, which are these colors. See, these colors are poly groups. Those will separate those groups or different selections into different poly groups. So then you can work on them like that. So anyway, yeah. Yes. So just so you guys know, if text, I don't know why texture would be turned on. It's weird to me because I haven't used texture for this character at all. But if you have texture on, what that means is there's a texture covering your model instead of PolyPaint. So if you try to PolyPaint, it's not going to work. But I kind of like this pink hair. I might just keep it. It reminds me of something my friend Emily would do. She might be here watching. Hey Glauber, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, if you guys want to, over on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, this is actually on Twitch at the same time, over on Pixelogic's Twitch channel. So if you guys want to see the rest of the conversation, you guys can head over to Twitch on their channel and see what these guys are talking about. Yeah, I'm just gonna mess with these colors. I don't know if hair brushes come with texture. That would be strange. Maybe they do. It's, you know what? I think you might be right, because sometimes like straps or tubes or things like that, they come with UVs already built into the insert multi-mesh brush, and it might be a tiled texture that textures down the length of that hair. And I didn't know you could do that. I'm gonna have to look into it, but it would make sense that that if that's the reason why. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, from ombre hair, like on Overwatch. Yeah, man. Why not? Okay, she still has some spooky eyes going on. Let's make these lips not so bright. Did I miss any? Okay. Thanks for all the help, you guys, by the way. You guys are like, try this, try this, try this, try this. All right, let's get those lips. Hey, noob here, can this be done in the core version? Sort of. So some of the things I've used inside ZBrush regular cannot be done in core, but a character like this, you could possibly do this in core, but core uses dynamesh, which is a different type of mesh building, and it will collapse everything together. See, right now, not that you can tell, but she actually has a mouth cavity. So if I turn this to 3, I'll just kind of show you really quick. Me. See that? She has a hole in her mouth. So if this was a dynamesh, dynamesh would actually close that mouth, so there wouldn't be a mouth cavity. It would close it off. So that's one of the differences is the ZBrush core does not have Z-remesher. But it does have dynamesh, and it does have, like, they're called insert multi-mesh things, which are primitive objects, like big spheres and things that you can then merge together. And that's kind of how I made this head. And it does have subtools like this, so you can separate different pieces and parts. And but I don't think you could use these hair brushes with core, so that would be one thing you couldn't do. So, hey, what's up, NLT? Haven't seen you around for a while. What's going on? Oh, thanks, Night Shadow. Okay, let's see. I just pulled her lips. That's so she is still in dynamic subdivisions. I'm pointing at my screen like you can see what I'm pointing to. This right here, she's in dynamic subdivision levels. And what that means is she really looks like this. So this is how low her surface is. And the only time I really apply the dynamic subdivisions now, recently, is when I'm adding color and I want a very hard edge. You can see how I'm trying to paint these lips here, and it's very low resolution, right? Kind of low. It's still not horrible, so I might not have to apply it. And a trick you can do to get a hard edge when you're still in dynamic subdivisions is use pinch. So I can use pinch because it still works, and I could pinch right along this edge and see that it's making a hard edge. And that hard edge, it's making the color have a hard edge because it's actually displacing the geometry and pinching it together like that. Because I want to keep it as low resolution as possible for as long as I can, because there are a lot of tools. Those lips are pretty warm. pretty small too. Let's adjust those. Okay, so while I'm talking, oh, your day job office moved a week ago, and as IT guy, yeah, oh, I know what you're talking about, man. I know what you're saying. Yeah, we moved buildings in the middle of production when we were working on Disney Infinity. And yeah, I felt bad for the IT guys, man, because they had to set up all the network rooms, all the network cables, everything in just a couple days. So they were working some crazy overtime to get the whole building set up in time to make that happen. So, okay, now, yeah, man, time to de-stress. Hey, what's up, Ramtin? Welcome to the stream, man. Am I going to give a talk at the ZBrush Summit? I don't think so. I may do a workshop again. I haven't talked to them. I don't want RGB on. I haven't talked to the Pixelogic guys about this year's ZBrush Summit. They just barely announced it, and it's not until September, so it's a ways away still. So I do not know quite yet. Okay, this upper lip is like, look at this poofing out. Can't be having that. So let's see if polish works. So sometimes this polish brush works on low resolution, and sometimes it does not. So I have to use the H polish. Let's see, S polish. Where's H polish? Pretty sure it's just there. It is. Okay. You don't want it to kind of see that round. I actually want it to be concave, not convex. So sorry I'm all over the place tonight. I forgot what I was even talking about. I was talking about dynamic subdivisions. Oh, so the reason I want to keep it low is because there are a lot of tools in ZBrush that only work on objects that don't have subdivision levels. So it's nice. So dynamic subdivisions are super nice. There, see how it's starting to go convex a little bit? Yeah, there we go. So dynamic subdivision is super nice because I can stay in a non-subdivided state for quite a while. So, yeah, the Botox brush. And of course, do you go over what each of your brushes do? You know, I do on the front page of my website, not in the course itself. Oh, Dan Ketch. Yeah. They get some fascinating people every year. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I'm not sure who they're gonna get. It's always a surprise. Like last year, the XM Studio guys, they were fantastic. I think I want to go like less saturated. Let's try that. And then typically on the bottom lip, it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So you can kind of fade the skin tone into that area. And it'll look, but I don't have enough resolution, so I might have to use pinch. See how it's kind of, yeah, I don't know if I have enough resolution in there to make it happen like I want it to. But typically the upper lip will overlap the bottom lip on in the corners. Okay. That's just going to have to be good enough. Or can I give a quick rundown on them? It depends on how many people want to see them right now. This one is like the Damien Standard right here, this detail brush. So this is like the Damien Standard, but when you go around a corner, the original Damien Standard brush will actually like have these cuts as you go around a sharp corner, and this one is a little smoother than that. So hey, what's up, Dry Otter? How you doing, man? All right, these lips are a little too much. I think I want to tone them down just a bit. I'm just taking the skin tone and going over them and just kind of knocking them back a little bit. Something like that. So, dude, if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and you look, if you scroll down, you'll see there's videos. It says like free brushes, free user interface. And in that video, in the brushes video, I go through what each one of them does. So if you want to watch that, I mean, it's like an hour-long video, so I don't want to bore people with it right now, but unless everybody wants to see it. Let's see. You can see the head through here. So how I fix this typically, what's doing this kind of stuff, is just get inflate. I just lightly just kind of close these areas up. There you go. Just like that. I'm not gonna put any more hair back here right now because I probably won't. You won't see this from the back, so I'm just gonna leave it. let's warm her up. Let's see. So do you just go to here, I'll give you a link, man. I'll give you a link right here. I just scroll down past all the student images, and there's 3 big videos. And the far left one is custom ZBrush brushes and how to use them. That's the one you want to watch. It's right there. And if you guys wonder what he's talking about, I give away these brushes for free. All these brushes across the bottom, not all of them, but most of them. The ones that look like these icons, and this user interface, and the ruler file right here. I give away this ruler for free. So if you want them, just head over to that link, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And there are 3 videos, and each of those videos show you how to use the brushes, how to install the user interface, and how to use this ruler file if you want to go back and forth with programs like Maya and Marvelous Designer and things like that. So is there a way to make ZBrush auto-save brush settings on exit? Yes, there is, if you save a project instead of a tool. So a project, if you hit Control S for save, you're saving a project. If you hit Save As right here, that is saving a tool, which is essentially, you know, your model. It's saving your model. And a project is the entire thing and any tools that you have loaded up over here. So a project can get very, very large, like gigs and gigs of data, because it's saving everything. But it will save all of your ZBrush or brush settings for that session, if that makes sense. And that is why my ruler file, the actual ruler file that I have my brushes set to certain settings that comes with that ruler file. So when you open that project, it sets up all the brushes how I like them to be used. But you can do the same thing, and you can open up that ruler file, change your brush settings, and then save that ruler out as your own, you know, if you want to do that. It's really easy. So do I take requests for future streams? Possibly. If there's something that interests me that you want me to do, then yeah, fire away. It is quite possible. Since it's this pink, I might go just into this red instead of the typical red that I do. Oh, thanks, Dry Otter. Yeah, it's funny because I surprised Mike Thompson with it. He's like, really? Yeah, because it was bugging me. Like the ZBrush scale. The ZBrush scale is not a thing. You know, it's like this random kind of size, you know. And I wanted to have a way that I could predict what it was going to do. You know, like the scene size. I wanted to know what the scene size was. So, yeah, I really needed to have something that was predictable every single time. So I use that ruler for something like the toys. When I print out the toys, they're typically less than 200 millimeters tall. And that ruler, if you look at it, it says 20. So it goes from 0 to 20. So that is either 20 centimeters or 200 millimeters. So when you are exporting, like say your 3D print hub right here, and you are exporting your model, as long as your model is within this ruler, like it can't be taller than the ruler, it'll throw it off. It needs to be inside, like it needs to be above the bottom and below the top. It can't extend past either end. So what you do is you set this number right here to 200, and that's 200 millimeters. So then whenever you try and print your character, you're going to print it out with the ruler if you want, but if you set it to 200 millimeters and then you export it out as an STL file, which is this right here, to a program like the Formlabs software where you're going to print your character, your size is going to be absolutely predictable because this ruler is 200 millimeters tall. That is how we could get the discs to be the proper size every single time. So when we would start a new character, we would bring this ruler in. Well, it was a different ruler that I had made, and it came with a disc, the disc that we had built in Maya. We brought it over, and then we would build the character to that disc. And then when we printed it, you would know that that disc would be perfect, the exact size. We would never scale the disc, and we would never scale the ruler. We would always scale the character to that disc. That way we would know that the file would be absolutely perfect when you exported it. And it worked super duper well. We even tried some discs that were like 2 parts. So you know that IN logo for infinity? We had a clear disc that had the IN that was sticking up and out. It was like extruded. And then we had a solid disc that would fit down on top of that, and it had that kind of octagonal, or it's like a trapezoid shape logo that would go around that IN, and it would kind of, and it had the IN cut out, and it had a hole through it. So then when you put the 2 pieces together, it was like a tab and a slot. You know, you'd stick them together, and that had to be like extremely precise. And it worked. And it worked with this ruler. It worked, the precision. So it's super, super cool. So now I'm yapping. Yep. Anyway, the ruler, it works. Get it. It's free. Okay. You guys, that ruler. Thanks, Harry. If you export a head from ZBrush to Maya and it's small and you scale it, does it cause problems? Yes, it does. So okay, let me show you something else about the ruler. And I talk about this in that video, if you watch that video on my main page. So if you're going back and forth between Maya, this is, you can think about this as a 2 meter ruler. So it's 2 meters tall instead of 200 millimeters tall. Just pretend the 10 is 1 meter and the top is 2 meters, because this ruler was built in Maya in meters to 2 meter scale. And the reason why I did it that way is because when you make a game character, typically a character is almost 2 meters tall. You know, a real world person is like almost 2 meters tall. So you can use this ruler to scale characters with. And the thing you need to know though is this. See, under export, see it says scale 100. That means when you go back and forth between Maya and ZBrush, if you leave this scale 100 alone, you're going to get the right scale going back and forth between Maya. But the default scale, if you were just to open, like, say, one of these default ZBrush projects, and like this Dynasphere, if you were to open that, this scale would say 1. And that's the default. The default is 1. So if you push it over to Maya, it's going to scale that thing down to like 1. You know, it's going to be not very big. But if you leave that at 100, you leave this ruler as it is, and you export the entire scene over to Maya as like an OBJ or an FBX, it's going to be the right size. And then if you save it back out, you have to come back the way you went out. So if you come back as an OBJ, it's going to match. If you come back as an FBX, it's going to match. But if you go out as an OBJ and back in as an FBX, it's going to be messed up. So you just need to make sure that you match the outgo and incoming. And that's sort of how GoZ works. If you use GoZ to go from ZBrush to Maya and back again, it does some trickery behind the scenes. The only reason I use this and I export it as an OBJ typically is because GoZ will put some added stuff in there, like some materials and things like that. I just want to keep it super clean when I go back and forth. So I typically do, I do the FBX, or the OBJ stuff. So yeah, that's right. So let's see. Not sure what down before would like to see stylized character. So AA, if you look, just look for, if you do a search on YouTube for Shane Olson Pixelogic, you will see all of my past streams in a big playlist. So you can see all those. I've done a pirate girl and various heads and some stylized anatomy and things like that. I don't go into teaching stylized characters, you know, too much, because I do have an online course, and that's over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com, where I take you through the entire thing step by step by step. So if you're interested in that, when you sign up if you get my free brushes and my user interface, you'll get on my newsletter and you will be notified when the course opens for enrollment next time. So if you're interested in that, that's how you do it. So anyway. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I need to finish that Jessica Rabbit. I'm honestly, I'm just trying to teach myself Marvelous Designer, because I really wanted to use Marvelous on that dress and make it look how it does in that concept. But I haven't got around to teaching myself Marmoset yet, so soon. Okay, I need to fix these eyebrows and these eyelashes because they're still orange, and we had that happy accident with the hair that I really like, so let's finish this off here. We're just adding some more pink. I want to add some down here, some on her shoulders. I guess I added some purple on her back here. I don't know why. We're not going to see her back, but you know, whatever. Okay, then I want to put some of this purple into her eye and make some eyeshadow, but I want it darker. Okay. Now you'll notice I'm turning her head sideways because ZBrush allows this. It's hard to get this in Maya. I don't even know if it's possible, but I like to, when I'm doing a stroke, if you're left-handed or right-handed, you have one nice arc stroke in your arm, because when you bend at your elbow, it just creates this natural arc. So what I like to do is I like to orient my character where my stroke is going to be the most natural, right, like this. Because if my character was straight like this, then I'm kind of getting in there like this and doing more with the wrist and less with my arm. So it's a good idea when you have something that's you want big and nice and flowy to do, you know, to get it to where it's oriented easily. So then I can come in here with this eyeshadow, just kind of darken it up. Probably and typically what I'll do too is I'll take it too far and then kick it back. So if you guys ever watch Mike Thompson, he does this thing where he will color the entire head with all these different varieties of color, like reds and yellows and blues, super bright. And then he'll come back and paint over it with a skin tone. And I like to do the opposite of that, where I start with a skin tone, I build up the color like this, and I don't go too crazy with it, but then I will select the skin tone and then I'll knock it back again. So it's kind of the same idea, but in reverse. And it's not so much about the skin hues as it is, you know, just kind of the stylized colors, I guess. If that makes any sense at all whatsoever. Then I can actually grab this color, go farther down into here. Okay. Yeah, I do a few streams where I've taught ZBrush Core. I'd like to do some more. I'm gonna go into like here. So if you try to fill an object and it doesn't fill, make sure you're not on the soft brush, because that's only filling it 2%. And so it's just going to change the tone like that much, and it's not going to show up. So make sure you're on the hard brush before you add fill, and then you can fill it and it'll actually work. Yeah, right. On Netflix or Voltron, I'm gonna go way darker than this, like down into here. Now I can change to my soft brush. I just kind of take it dark. I want to do the same thing with these. Let's see, I did it again. I want to combine the upper and lower. Let's merge these down so they're together. Okay, now fill it. There we go. Oh, did that merge the eyebrows too? Oh, dang. I thought that was this. Okay, we'll just merge them all together. And do it again. Okay. So I'm going to take it super dark, and then I'm going to come back and make them just come in with some lighter pink. These eyebrows. Just on the top edge. Kind of fun. Hey, what's up, Overtune? Yay, you made it. What time is it in your neck of the woods right now? No, yeah, okay. Night Shadow, it's not out of boredom. It's about, like, I guess feeling like I need to entertain you guys, like what you want to see. Like, I think that cowboy's running a little long in the tooth. So I just kind of try to break it up, you know, like Ashley, she'll do a different creature every stream, and I feel like, I don't know, you guys tell me, do you want to, but I feel like if I go longer than like 3 streams or something like that, it kind of gets repetitious and boring, but maybe not. I don't know if you guys want to watch a whole character being made or just parts or what. But I think the face is the most interesting to see being built. That's why I tend to stick to the heads, I guess. Yeah, let's see. Okay, now with the eyes, it's 10:57 in Tala. Wow. Well, I'm glad you could make it, man. Good to see you. Okay, so I want to take it out of dynamic and then divide it up to about 1 million points. I mean, it's 800,000 about. Thanks, Nightshade. There's a compliment for you. Let's see. I don't want pink. I want this dark purple. See how, isn't it crazy? Where you put the eyes changes the personality of it. Just derpy. But you kind of want it just looking straight. Let's see. That's pretty close. A 20-minute digression into hands. Yeah, I did a hand when I was talking about ZBrush Core once. So you might want to go. I did a hand that was based off a design that I found online. I can't remember who did it, but you might. I mean, it's very, very stylized. But yeah, I could possibly do that sometime, for sure. Hands are difficult. Hands are almost more difficult than faces, honestly. Let's see. Sometimes I hold my breath when I do it. I'm like, Okay, that's not what I want to do. Grab that eyelash, would you, please? There we go. Just wanting to push that eyelash back. Okay. This eye shape is really interesting to work with. This elven eye shape. Like when I first started out, it was very difficult and wasn't looking very good. So, and now this color is looking a bit yellowy, milky. I don't know if I want to keep it, because typically eyes are not. They're not white. They're not bright white. Same with teeth. They're not bright white. Some people more than others. But yeah, you want to go off-white, but sometimes if you have a color that's not quite meshing with, now that I have, you know, really bright pinks and purples, it doesn't really, this yellow isn't really meshing with it too well, so I'm gonna have to mess with it. Tallahassee, Florida, that is. Oh, okay. Can't wait to see how you approach that nostril. I'm probably just gonna barely push little tiny divots in. That's the thing about nostrils. If it's gonna be apparent and it can call attention to itself. You know, you just want to be subtle with it. I notice a lot of students will, like, you know, just really get in there and make this huge nostril, and then put them too far apart or put them too close together, put too much flesh in between. You know, the simple is king. Simplicity. So I may not even touch it. It might just be what it is right now. It depends on what it looks like towards the end. So, hey Art, how you doing, man? I'm glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. Same. It's yeah. Overtunes made it too for the first time in a while. Super cool. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to decide what kind of color to go with for these eyes. Hey Dominique, how you doing, man? Julie's art, yay! You guys are all making it. Awesome. Okay, what I think I'm gonna try. Let's see. It's gonna go crazy here. Maybe lighter. Something like that. I'm gonna duplicate these eyes. In case I mess them up, I can start over again. That's a good rule of thumb. If you're ever gonna try something and you don't know if it's gonna work or not, you're just experimenting, just duplicate it off. You know, then it's like, who cares if it messes up, you know? Thanks, Dominique. Let's see. Is that? Okay, let's solo this now that I have it. Sometimes I like to do like a thick to thin, but on this part, sometimes I'll do the thin on the bottom and the thick on the top. Like this. It'll just add some interest. So is there a way to UV map later and put the PolyPaint work on it? Absolutely. Yeah, Julie, that's you can totally do that for sure. Let's see. That's what the retopping and UVing and then reprojecting is all about. It's about getting all the information from your high resolution model to a low resolution model. I mean, you can, you know, use textures and make a high resolution model that has better topology than your ZBrush model. You can do it that way too. But yep. Toy plastic. I actually like the Zebro eye material a little better, but the toy plastic is a good second choice for sure. Let's see. And another thing you can do is you can mask. Let's see, mask by intensity. You can see what that did. So, but this, it's showing what I just did is I turned off the PolyPaint. And since I turned it off and I still have blue selected, it's going to fill the entire thing with blue. But you can see two different levels of masking. There's the dark and then the iris. And what I want is I want all of this masked off right here. So I'm going to come back in and make this darker. There we go. Now, okay, now this whole thing is, the reason why I wanted to do that is because this, like I said, I feel like this eye white is too yellow. So if I select this, you can see how it's in here. This is what I picked. A little too yellow. So I want to take it not quite white, but not into the yellow. I just want to take it down into here a little bit. Then I can go with the soft paint, really big brush. I just kind of, well, I want to be on the airbrush, not the hard brush. I just kind of paint a kind of a softer glow. Is it working? It's hard. The difference is super subtle. So then I want to just to tie it in with the rest of the head, I'm going to grab this pink off the nose, and then I'm still painting on the eye. I just want to have a little bit of red kind of coming in from the edge of the eye right here, like that. It's kind of hard to see. And then I want to do the same thing down by the tear duct, just a little bit, like that. It's a little too much. Okay, subtle. Then what Danny likes to do is he'll actually paint the shadow right in the eye. How many's watching on Twitch? Looks like 70. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. Mahakwami. Hey man, welcome to the stream. Do I ever poly paint using layers? I don't, because it just gives me like super sketchy results. I don't really have results that that are predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I typically don't. Okay, now I'm going to invert this mask. Hey Nish, I have not seen Black Panther yet. I've heard it's great. Okay, again, I really like where it's at now. I'm going to try something else, so I'm going to duplicate this off again. Okay, now let's see. And what happens with your eye, your iris, usually, like in film, you'll model the eyes out. You'll make the cone, the iris of the cone. You make the pupil, so it's super dark. But sometimes on stylized eyes, it's better to paint them on the round surface, because then you get the cornea, which is the the round clear part, and the iris and everything all combined together, and then the speck highlight will roll across the surface of the eye properly. Otherwise, you have to build two surfaces. Sometimes you build the eye out and then you just build the little cornea bubble, and that works too. It depends on your game engine and what they would want for the project and things like that. But typically, I like to hand paint the irises right on the surface and kind of fake that look of the iris. And you can kind of see in Josh's painting here how it's shadowed up above, and then it's kind of bright down below the pupil, and that's because when the light comes down, it hits that iris, and it will be brightest right here, right down here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually grow that mask, because I can see this little white line around there. I want to grow it. Come on, and then sharpen it. Do it again. There we go. So now it's kind of into the purple. All right, see if this is going to work. Then I'm just going to grab this this blue color. We're going to go dark with it. And I could even do some of this purple. I might try that. Maybe take it down to indigo a little bit more. Okay. And again, I'm going to turn the eye to the side so I have a better stroke on my arm here. And it will be shadowed in this area right here, because that's being shadowed by both the upper eyelid and the inside of the iris. It's kind of hard to get even. Okay, so now I can grab this lower and then brighten that up. Let's see, you can pull it towards teal a little bit too. And just kind of lighten that up right there at the highlight. Okay, Dr. Pixels. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. How do you bring your menu on a right click or something? I use all the tools on it all the time, but I have it docked on the side since I don't know how to bring it. So you need to set a hotkey to it. And how you do that is you hold down Control plus Alt, and then you tap on it. So if you'll watch for the dialog up here. See how it says, press any key combination to assign a custom hotkey. So I don't want to do that. See how it says operation canceled. So what I did is I held down Control plus Alt and I tapped on that menu. And then after you get that prompt, I set it to 2. So the number 2 on my keyboard. Then what I do is I go into the Wacom settings, and then I make this back button on my pen. I just make it assigned to number 2. Then what it'll do is it'll pop it on that back button. So it doesn't matter where I'm at on my screen, it'll always pop up underneath my pen. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how it's looking now. And then I'm going to add a pupil on there. And I'm going to make it the darkest of purples, but still purple. So it's not black. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's looking weird. You have to just kind of test these. Without her looking like, you know, crazy weird. Eyes are so hard to get to look right. Like this looks better than when she has a pupil. There you go. Oh, this shirt right here? This is from, gosh, like ZBrush Summit, like the first one, I think, 2015 or 16. I'm gonna hide that mask so it doesn't look like, well, I could just hide it. Her eyes are looking a little funky now that I have those pupils in there. Trying to decide why. Let me take it a little bit out of the black. It's a little better. That's better. Okay. I just need to balance out those colors. So number 2 is not, oh, replay last relative? Sorry, I don't know why it blocked you out. When you press 1, it does the last stroke. Yep. Do the number 2 lets you do it, but on another spot of the object. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you learned it from Paul's class. Dang that, Paul. All right. I'll have to try that. I might have just, yeah, overwrote something that I needed. Let's see. So we have ZBrush Eye Reflect. Here, this is my favorite one. Then let's go to here and material and fill it with material. Then we can go back to, let's go to ZBrush Paint. There we go. So this is the eye material that I love. Super nice. This is from ZBrush, is what it's called. And what I want to do is I might actually apply this dynamic and then divide it because I want to paint some color on her lower eyelid and just kind of big eyes. I don't know if I saw that. Let's see. Am I on the right thing? Oh, I'm painting material. Gosh dang. Got to remember to change it back. There we go. This is perfect. Done. And I just replaced it. Yep, done. Out of here. See you later. Okay, let's see. Hope this doesn't crash the stream. I'm getting really close. Sometimes it doesn't like it. I'm going to try this a couple times. Now this right here is the reason I like a Cintiq over a tablet. This is about the it's not the only reason, but it's probably the #1 reason, is because it doesn't take me several times to do what I want it to do, you know? It's like I can do it in like 1 or 2 times. Keen paintings? Oh yeah. So I'm just going to blend this in. Okay, I need to blend that. I haven't made any VDM brushes yet. I want to make some scales because I want to make some scales for that dinosaur. So I might make some soon. Okay, solo this. Okay, I think I am going to paint just a little hint of shadow under here, like Danny does. I like that a lot, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to use purple shadow. Yeah, with Lazy Mouse, right? Lazy Mouse. Lazy Mouse does help. Whoops. Make this a little darker. And then on the eyeball itself, select eyeballs. Okay. Just adding some shadow to the eyes. And the thing, you don't want to do that. Typically, you don't want to do that. And the reason why is because if you're doing a game character and your eyeballs are all painted up like this, you know, it has like purple here and red. As soon as that eyeball goes to turn, you're going to see it. You're going to see the the paint that you have. And I do want to turn these eyes so she's looking to her left and kind of turn her head to her left and do that kind of stuff. But yeah, that typically you don't want to paint any fake shadows and things in there. So let's see. I need to catch up with you guys, your questions here. About Keynes? Oh, really? I'll have to check there. I didn't know there's a movie. I'll have to check that out. Where can I see it? Is it on YouTube or Netflix or something, or is it just some rare thing? Hey, how's it going? Let's see. I've seen you use dynamic instead of dynamesh on your past sessions, but I don't quite get it yet. What do you do once you finish sculpting? Can you explain it a bit? If it does not interfere with what you're showing in this lesson. Okay. Yeah, so dynamic, there's actually 3. There's dynamesh, there's dynamic subdivisions, and then there's subdivisions. So subdivisions will actually, I don't know if you know Maya or 3D Studio Max or something like that, but if you can actually subdivide your geometry, and what that means is it takes a polygon and splits it into 4 polygons. And then if you subdivide it again, it takes those 4 polygons and subdivides each one of those into 4 more. So it quadradulates. I don't even know that word, but anyway, it quads it. And it multiplies every single subdivision by 4, and then that by 4, then that. So it can get very, very dense very quickly. And when it does that, it also relaxes the mesh and shrinks it slightly. So here, I'll show you an example. So if I go over to this other tool right here, this purple, let me make it like gray, and I'm going to change it to, I'll just change it to a cube. See this cube right here? And then I'll get rid of these subdivisions to hide that ruler. So if I go out of this, okay, so if I hit dynamic right here, dynamic subdivision, it's going to look like that. See that? So it's going to look like Sputnik, these little things. And basically these orange dots, they represent the original cube. See this dot right here? If it's still right here. This is because this is a preview. This is not real. This is just like, this is what it's going to look like when you subdivide it. So that's what dynamic is, okay? And then real subdivision is if I hit Control D. And that's subdivided once. And you can see it over here in geometry. So subdivision level 2, so that's just subdivided one time. So this is the original, this is the next one, and then subdivided again, and then again. So now that has 4 levels of subdivision, so that's a subdivided cube. Now it turned it into a sphere. And you can see that each time it subdivided each of these quads by 4, then by 4 again. So that's what that means, is when you subdivide it. So now it has 4 levels of subdivision. Now dynamesh is actually going to rework this entire surface. If I hit the dynamesh right now, and it's going to make it look like that. See, that's a dynamesh. So it just rebuilds the entire surface based on this number right here, this resolution. So that's the difference between the three. And dynamesh will merge your objects together. So if you have 2 spheres, like, let's see, if you have 2 spheres like this, and then you dynamesh again, see, it's going to merge those at the junction point. Okay, and then, all right, thanks for stopping by, Tuner. So that's kind of how dynamesh works, if that makes sense. Subdivide that. So when you use dynamic subdivisions, a lot of tools will not work with real subdivision levels. Like you can't add insert multi-meshes, you can't cut your geometry. There's a whole bunch of things that do not work with subdivision levels. So if you use dynamic subdivision levels, all of those tools still work. And that's why, like this hair, for example, this hair is still in dynamic subdivision mode. It's still in preview mode, and that just allows you to continue using these tools. So I hope that makes sense. That's kind of the difference. So now I use dynamesh to merge my primitives together, and as soon as that's done, I use ZRemesher to rebuild the underlying surface into a low resolution mesh that kind of has the flow of that model. So anyway, hope that helps. Let's see. I'm gonna paint these lips a little better. Now that I have subdivision levels, I want to go in here and actually paint them. So let's see. And I like to paint the top lip slightly darker than the bottom lip because it kind of fakes the shadows and things. This might be a little too dark, yeah, and it's too purple. Let's see. Let me take this, maybe go into here. There we go. And where I didn't have enough resolution before when I was in dynamic subdivision mode, now I do. So that kind of helps. Just going to outline this bottom lip like this. Yeah, it's exactly, that is it. It's like hitting 3 in Maya, for sure. That's the preview. And I'm just blending that in. That's better. Okay. Now I'm just gonna, let's see, what do I want to do here? Like, she's almost done, I think. Except for, I guess she looks naked. She She doesn't have like a tunic or anything going on. I could kind of make a like a loose top. Naked elf. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Ahmad. I'm gonna put some streaks in here. I'm gonna actually apply this and then subdivide it a little bit more. Yes, I do actually. The brush button's bigger. How you do that is you go into Preferences, then you go into Interface, and see this button size right here? The default, I'm not sure what the default is anymore. It used to be 48. Looks like it's now 58. But if you crank this up, it won't show you right when you do it. You'll have to do some experimentation, but you change it, then you do Store Config, then you close ZBrush, open it back up, and then the brush sizes will change. Actually, it'll change the buttons in the entire interface. So that will also help you if you're on a laptop with a very small screen and very small real estate. You can crank that down so your buttons will get smaller, which will actually give you more real estate to work with in the middle. So that's a good question. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes it says freehand, but it doesn't quite keep up with a fast stroke and it makes dots like that. So you kind of have to draw slow. Kind of slow. But what I wanted to do is kind of put some variety in the color. So topological will work with any brush. So it will work with paintbrush as well. So it just depends on which strand you start with. And you can also turn off topological and turn on mask by polygroups, and it does the same thing, but a little bit faster sometimes. Right in my hand. Bzz. This hair is kind of weird. It's really kind of ugly. Is that from the old one? I think it is. I don't know. There we go. Try and clean this up a little bit. Just gonna smooth it out. Chile verde. So I hope it's green. Okay, now I want to add some, let's see. Yeah, this is overlapping really weird. Let's go to snake hook. Just going to rework this a little bit. Then let's get some hard edges back in here. Oh gosh, still looks weird. Because we have too much overlappage and too much of the same one. When you get something of the same size all in one place, it looks weird. So I'm gonna just kind of dip that down in and see what happens. Just kind of, there we go. Just make it emerge from somewhere. That's a little better. Oh, you did? Nice, Bazooka. Very cool. Did you see that? Did I show you that big one I had? I printed it out like this big. He's up. I think he's upstairs. Is he upstairs? Is that? I think he is upstairs. I need to get him down here. Just putting some hard edges here. With pinch. Oh, thanks. You know, is it my good friend Justin Goby Fields? I stayed at his place during the Farm Labs roadshow, and I visited his studio, and he has a whole bunch of the Infinity characters at his studio. So I was super flattered, and I signed a bunch of them. That was fun. Okay, this is kind of looking like a fish. Looking like a fish. Hey, what's up, Oscar? Mutated jellyfish. Not supposed to what? Do you know of any videos on how to sculpt stylized feathers? You know, there was one from like ZBrush 3.0, no, like 2.0. It was the eagle, and this guy made a mask, and he made the feathers of the eagle really, really cool. And so it's been like crazy long time. So if you look up ZBrush Eagle, you might be able to find it, and because it still holds true like the video does to today, where you just kind of make a mask and draw the feather on a surface and then extract it. So it would probably work. Oh, it's pushed back to May? Oh, weird. Interesting. Oh, Worth, you have a Moana head? Nice. That's not creepy at all. No, that's cool. You got way more stuff than I did when I left. I just got the files. Yeah, so try and look up that eagle. If I wasn't streaming, I'd look it up for you. Oh, excuse me. That was one of the first tutorials I ever watched on ZBrush. It's really good. Can't even remember who did it. Oh, thanks, Oscar. I did make her forehead a little taller than the concept. But I want to try and I'm gonna do a little bit of oh, did you find it, Joanner? You slide dog. Oh, thanks, Overton. Yeah. I feel like we finally found the community that would work, and I'm super stoked about it. Yeah, it's going nuts. I love it. But I can't keep up with all the posts. I want to post on everybody's stuff. It's like so much stuff. It's really fun to see. Really fun. Okay, let's see. I want to make her mouth wider now that I see this. So this is what's great about subdivision levels and dynamic, honestly, is the low resolution. You can take it down to the low resolution and make your edits there and then go back up. So I've gone down to, I think, the lowest. Yeah, so it's subdivision level 1. And I just want to experiment. Let's save it first, because I might want to go back. Let's save this. Oh, are you serious? Wait. Oh, you have the matte finish helmet. Yeah. Nice. So who'd you get to sign it? Did you get us to sign it, or did you have other peeps? Do you guys want to hear the story about that? The shiny Vader. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's make it more round. Oh, you did? Nice. Oh, I signed it? Okay, good. Thank you. Topological, that's why it's being slow. Oh yeah, so yeah, I did Kylo Ren along with Matt Thorup. So Matt Thorup posed him, and I modeled him. I did one pose for him, and they decided they wanted a different pose, so they went with a different one. I think I still have the pose. I still have the pose. I think us as a team, we like the one that we started with, but they wanted a different one. This is called polish, by the way, what I'm doing now. I usually do this after the stream, but it's, you know, we still have a while, so I'm just gonna, you can watch me polish. Polish. Let's see. Hey, welcome back, him. Shiny Vader, you want to know about it? Yeah, I think Matt's just kind of busy. He works for Chair now. He works for Epic Games. So, and he's doing some tutorials and stuff. So I'm not sure what he's up to these days. Okay, let's see. Still not happy with that mouth quite yet. Okay, so the shiny helmet on Vader. Let me see if I have him. I know I have him, but if he's here or not. So we, as a company, as an art direction, we really wanted all of the Disney Infinity characters to be matte. So matte finish, not glossy. That was kind of that was one of the things, right, that made our characters stand out, is we wanted to look like vinyl toys. So and part of looking like a vinyl toy, a high quality vinyl toy, is you know, being a matte, having a matte finish, because shiny kind of looks like cheap plastic, and matte looks like, not Matt Thorup, but matte versus shiny, you know, it looks higher quality. So we wanted to have Darth Vader's helmet and the rest of him to be matte finish. So not shiny, but except for his eyes. We wanted his eyes to be shiny. And LucasArts had a different idea. They said, like, in their how does Darth Vader look, he always has a shiny helmet no matter what. So it's always shiny. And they fought back and forth between matte and shiny, and the matte helmets went into production all the way up until Lucas said, no, we've got to have a shiny helmet. So they made, I don't know how many of these Darth Vaders with matte helmets, and then they stopped production, pulled them, and then they gave the matte helmets to all of the employees for Disney Interactive, and then released the shiny helmet versions. So you can only get the shiny helmet versions in the store. So all the matte shiny, or all the matte versions, yeah. It's so anyway, there you go. That's the story. So that's the one Worth is talking about. So mutated jellyfish, his name's Worth, and he he worked on the Toy Box team as a world builder, and so if you've played Disney Infinity, a lot of the stuff in the Toy Box Worth did. Super good. So let's see, I'm pushing this in. Anyway, so he has a shiny Vader. Yeah, big eyes. Ridiculous eyes, even. Oh, you stream today? Oh, you're not going to do it? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, ridiculous. I couldn't resist. Wait. All right, sorry. I got to focus on these lips here. They're still bugging. I'm just trying to make him look a little bit more like the concept here. Oh, hey, Arashi. That is ZBro Eye Reflect. So if you look up on Google, if you look up ZBro, like ZBRO, then Eye Reflect, you'll find that material. Yeah, it's super nice. Like Jin. I have Jin. Jin Urso. Let's see. I'm going to try something here. I'm just going to try and pull this whole thing down to see what it looks like. A little longer. I like that. Okay. I'm going to pose her a little bit, I think. So let me do a save. Posed. Yeah, you know what? I was talking to Ian about that today. Yeah, Ian did Hulkbuster. Ian Jacobs. So he's on ArtStation too. And we were talking about like posting that the Rogue One stuff. So do you guys want to see it? What time was it? 9:43? All right. It may or may not be right here. Sorry, 1 second here. Love the USB ports on the side. All right. Hold on a second. Something's bugging me. I need to bring that back to pink. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So Ian is yeah, he's a phenomenal modeler. Super, super good. But let me pop this up here so I can see it. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to remember what we named her. Oh, here we go. All right. He does not stream. He did Yondu. He did do Yondu. He did a fantastic job with Yondu too. Super good. All right, ready? Here you go. There's Jin. Dun, dun, dun. So this was one of the last characters I worked on before they shut it down. Yeah. Super fun. I loved all these little nicks and her scarf thing blowing in the wind and her hair. So her boots pretty cool. Who wants prints? Yep, 12-inch. Done. Let's see. Here is another one. Well, Karina. Trying to remember who else. Let's see. Soka. Oh, so here's. Do you guys see Hera? Oh, thanks. How it's all skinny and then it fattens up at the bottom. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I wish I could, man. Yeah, Disney owns them. So this is another one I did that didn't get made. This is Hera from Rebels, I think, or Clone Wars. I'm trying to remember which one. But yep, this is Hera. She turned out pretty good too. I like her pose and her orange outfit's pretty fun. And the butt crease. Rebels, yeah. Thanks. Rebels. Yep, super fun. I don't even know what half of these are. Grim. Oh, let me see if I can find the old pose of Kylo. To sponsor me? I doubt it. I'd have to buy the license, and the license would not be cheap. They're in the business of selling licenses now. Okay, so this is the pose that Matt did. And he also made this awesome Kylo Ren sword. This was his idea to do kind of this swizzle stick effect. So he did a fantastic job on this pose. So all the twirly bits flying out behind him. Maybe. Let's see. So Grim pose, that was pose. Is that 6? And then, or 8. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he did pose it in ZBrush. Let's see if this is my pose. This file's going to get huge. There we go. So this was the pose that I did. Yep, you will, man. Bazooka, you just do. You have to come back and fix them. So like when I was posing his arm, I mean his arm is made out of, it's literally a bunch of tubes. So I had to pose him and break it and then fix it. So yeah, you just have to be really careful when you're posing him, you know. So yeah, you can see how this isn't the cool swizzle stick. It's kind of it looks more like a toy. But anyway, yeah, Lucas was like, yeah, do the other pose. So this is the pose that got shipped as a toy, which is cool because he's all stepping up. This is kind of built after when he was walking through the forest after Rey, you know, he's kind of walking up and out. So it's more iconic of the character. And that's kind of what we tried to do with these poses, was we tried to find a pose that was iconic to the character. So no. So, oh, you want me to pose in the stream? Show him without robes? Let's see. So I can take some of them off. Let's see. So there, that's what he looks like underneath. So you still stick with that flow and that silhouette, even though it doesn't have, you won't see them because he's covered. You still want to make it happen. I guess you can see it through here and through there, but you'll also see, you know, we even cut in all the wrinkles down in here. And this wrinkle that cuts across his chest. It's how he's pulling as his arm's lifting up. So show that booty. Show that booty. Let's see. There we go. I don't even know what's underneath here. There you go. He's super small. He's like a little waist guy. Look at that. Anyway. Yep, the girl butt. That's too funny. All right. Let's see. Now back to this. Oh, fun. The good old days. Then we got a bald head back here. Could you put your beginner videos for sale on sites like ZBrush, etc.? Like what beginner videos are you talking about? I have beginner videos as part of my course, but you're probably looking for like something that was less expensive. That's actually a good idea. I might do that sometime. The problem with, honestly, the problem with releasing cheaper videos is they get pirated like crazy because people don't care. They just, like, one person buys them and then throws them up on a pirate site like super fast, and it's just, it sucks, you know. I'll either do them for free or I'll put them as part of my course. That's why I do have a frog course on Gumroad that I made a while ago. Yeah, hair club for women. And it got pirated like mad. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's I guess it's what do you call it? I can't think of the word. Man, this hair. I need to remake this one. I don't like it. It's just kind of sticking out, like, doesn't flow very well, and it's kind of Gumby. Oh, the frog, you like that? So thanks, man. I have changed my process since then, you know, and that's the one I teach in the course, but it's similar. It's close. Anyway, Mark, if you want some beginner tutorials, you can get that frog on Gumroad. It's $20. If you just type Shane Olson Gumroad, you'll find it. It's on there. Then I do have a beginner sculptress video on YouTube. You can check that out. Oh, I was gonna pose these eyeballs. That's what I was gonna do. Let me do that really quick. I'm just grouping these and turn off symmetry. You're looking into alternative ways to do stylized characters other than ways I've seen in the tutorials you paid for? Are you in my course right now? I'm going to make her look dorpy. Derpy dorpy. I teach how to do this in my course for sure. Okay. And that's called, you can find that at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And thank you very much. Thunder Bunny, I don't go into Maya yet. I do plan on it though. And the reason why is because, gosh, this is still, hold on a second. Let me see. The reason why I'm thinking about adding some Maya stuff to it, or even adding like an add-on, like advanced modeling add-on or something like that, is because before, Maya's retopology and Maya's UVs were kind of horrible, and in 2018 they really updated their UV stuff and their retopology stuff and their modeling tools, and now everything works with their like their in mirroring. There used to be some functions that just would not work in mirroring, and it would drive me crazy, so I'd always have to remirror it. And now they fixed it, so it's pretty nice. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna reverse pose her shoulders. And what I mean by that is typically you'd grab her head and her eyeballs and everything and pose that, but since the lower portion of her body doesn't have anything attached to it other than like the hair overlapping it, I can just twist this portion. Just trying to get that into her neck area. Turn that off. All right, man. See you later. Good night, night. Hey, Art. Yeah, there'll be a new one in the spring. So, yeah, just if you're on my newsletter, it'll let you know. Or I will let you know, I guess. It is me. There you go. Just kind of, I'm just kind of turning her shoulders. I'm going to see what she looks like with a longer neck. Maybe. Yeah, it's pretty good. Then I'm going to pull these hairs out, and then lay these ones down on her shoulders a little better. How I can chat and sculpt. I know. I'm just used to it, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I know it kind of bugs, like Danny he'll go quiet a lot when he's sculpting. I will occasionally when I'm doing something that requires more brain power, I guess. Okay. So mid-end March, and yes, you're on the Cool Kids mailing list. Yes. Let's see. Spring, I'm thinking, let's see. I did do late winter enrollment, so I'm not quite sure. Just in those, it's kind of, I just do a launch per quarter is what I like to do. Because of the ebb and flow of students is really nice. So you get the new wave of students coming in, and I can kind of manage them and give them some feedback and stuff like that. And then they kind of do a couple characters, and then they kind of go off and do their own thing and get quiet and don't really do much anymore. And then that's when I like to launch again, and a new flow of students come in, and it's pretty nice that way. So, but I keep it's lifetime access. Oh geez, here we go. I didn't clear out my tools, so it's saving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saving 5 tools into my quick save, and they're all those big Disney Infinity characters. All right. Oh well, I didn't think I'd keep going, but I am. Let's see, it's 10:01. All right. Anyway, the course is lifetime access, so you can keep making characters. There's a lot of students that have, yeah, it's really cool, and they just get better and better and better. It's really fun to watch. And there's some that have gone on to get some work in the industry, which is fantastic. Makes me proud. Let's see. I want to give her a little bit of an expression. I'm just going to drop this eyebrow down. Oh, it's Masked by Polygroups is on. And then raise this one up a little bit. I do. Yeah, it's like 300 something students. Quite a few. I was afraid it would get unmanageable, but so far so good, you know. And I'm working on more lessons. I have some more lessons coming. And I really want to do like Feedback Fridays or something like that, where I do like a live video every Friday, and you know, just kind of go through students' work, give some feedback. Now she's kind of looking like, what are you talking about, Willis? What is going on with this? Too far back, maybe? And a good way to do it too is, yes, I do. Thunder, I do give feedback, but I typically give feedback in like text in the community, and in paint overs and GIFs. Like I do animated GIFs, and I will occasionally do a video session where I give one student some feedback that's almost ready to post on like ArtStation or something. And I'm like, okay, let's just do this last bit of polish and get it done. So I haven't done one of those for a couple weeks. I need to do one of those. Yes, I do for sure. But I want to do more. I want to cover more students. You know what I'm saying? Like, give more people the opportunity to get video feedback. Roll this whole job over. No. Yep, cup and little tude. She's like, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I think you're full of crap right now. I know I'm naked, but yeah, I need to give her like a shawl, something or other going on. All right. Hey, what's up, our potato? I'm just wrapping up, man. Sorry about that. And I'm showing you her bald head in the back here. If I was to keep going and doing the back of her head, I'd make these strands a lot thicker to match the thickness of the ones across the front here. But since she's just going to be a render, whoa. It's going to be like this, and I kind of want to hide this. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Thanks, Arashi. I'm going to be, I want to do some student highlights, some student spotlights, because there's been some phenomenal work coming out of there. And I want to make sure that it gets seen, you know. So I want to post more on my social medias. There we go. All right, what do you guys think? Is that all right? Too bad. I like how the pink turned out, and I like the pink, blue, purple, something like that. Von Buki, sorry man, I'm just finishing up, dude. Thanks for joining me. I'm just kind of posing her for next week's stream. All right. Yeah, it's 10:07. I'm gonna wrap it up, but sorry, man. You got it. So I stream the same time every week. I start at what is it? 7 o'clock Pacific time. It's 8 o'clock my time. So I go from 8 to 10 every week on Tuesday nights. And I still want to stream during the day for everybody that doesn't have a chance to catch me at night. But can I make what tiny? Here. Oh, you want me to zoom out? Yeah, hold on. Let me save this. Post. Okay. Like this? There you go, little elven girl. Weren't. Whoa. All right. I think I'm pretty happy with that. How she turned out, I'm gonna have to show Josh, see what he thinks. So once again, this is a character designed by Josh Black, my good friend Joshua Black. So thank you, Josh, for drawing this for me. I can't stop tweaking. Nice, Miguel. Do it, man. Do it. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me. And thanks again, Pixelogic, for having me. I'm going to be, it's going to be a couple weeks from now. I'm going to be at GDC from March 20th to the 24th. So if any of you guys are going, I know Roblums, his name's Rob, he's going. I don't know if he's still here watching or not, but and Worth is going, who's Mutated Jellyfish. Yeah, there's a bunch of people going. So if you guys are going to be there, yeah, look for me. I'm going to be wearing my 3D Character Workshop shirt, sporting it around. So if you see me, come up and say hello. I'd love to meet you guys. And there's going to be a lot of sculptors there, a lot of game character artists there. I can't wait. I haven't been for several years now. I can't remember the last time I went, but it was a lot of fun. And you learn a lot going there. So anyway, hopefully you guys can make it. It's in San Francisco this year. Ghost Christmas feature. How do I set up multiple symmetries? I guess I don't understand what you're talking about with that one. But symmetry, you have symmetry on per subtool is all, and that's kind of how you set it up. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining me again, and I will catch you guys next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I'm gonna hop back on the cowboy and hop back on the dinosaur and get those guys done. So I really want to get him done and print it out for the ZBrush Summit this year. So that'll be pretty cool. Hey Rob, yeah man. Gosh, I don't know if I'm not gonna be printing a whole. So last time when I had the shirts printed out, they came out just okay. They weren't that great. And I'm having somebody new print me out a new shirt that's just one. And that's the one I'm going to be wearing. And if it turns out and it looks nice, I'm going to order a bunch of them. So if I do order a bunch of them, I can send you one. But I don't think I'll have them ready by GDC. I will have them ready by the ZBrush Summit and CTN, but I don't think I'll have them ready by GDC. So... Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody. And catch Ashley tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific. So she's going to be streaming tomorrow. Make sure you catch her. So anyway, thanks guys for stopping by and listening to me yap and yap and yap. So I know, right? Well, I don't want to sell them to the students unless they look really good. And the ones before, they just looked okay. Like I said, they were okay. They weren't the best. So anyway, I want to make them better, get them better. So cool. And I am also interested in maybe doing some 3D prints. You know, if people are interested, I'd love to get into the 3D printing thing, like I Has Toys, and maybe do some pinups like this, like a full body of this would be cool, an elvish girl or something. Tape a logo to your shirt. Perfect. But I'll see if I can get you one. I don't know if I still have some of the older ones that just looked okay. If you wanted one of those, I could bring one. So, and gin. Yeah, right on. All right, guys. Well, anyway, I keep saying goodbye, but goodbye. Take care and have a great week. And I'll see you all next Tuesday. All right. Take care. Have a good one. See ya.